Coming up this week is Valentine's Day, and that means love is in the air. And while love may be easier to come by between sweethearts, it's much more difficult to get out of our judges when it comes to rating snacks. Will Cupid fire his snacking bow into our stomachs? Find out right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Nick Novak with the pals. Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Mick Geiger.
Hey, so Cupid's shooting me in the gut with an arrow?
Well, because he's
Not
trying to
cool.
get you to your stomach to fall in love with the food.
But I'm going to die. I won't
So-
survive that.
Cupid wants me to rail a Russell Stover chocolate marshmallow. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he
Is that
shoots
what
you in
falling
the
in
heart.
love is to you? Just railing something?
I mean, what else is there?
When he shoots you in the heart, you don't worrying about dying then, right?
I mean, a little bit.
I mean,
An arrow to the heart seems potentially fatal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it like usually a suction cup on the end anyways? Right? Don't in some of the pictures?
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's
non-violent.
originally no. Yeah, I don't know where the Cupid lore began.
Do you guys prefer your Cupids with bare ass or without?
There's a bare-assed Cupid.
I don't know. Isn't a lot of times Cupid just
Yeah.
like a little naked baby boy, you know? And you see
because
its
he's
ass
originally
sticking-
from like old, like, I don't know, he's the Bible, not the Bible probably, but like the old, remember when Cupid shot Jesus
And on the
Mary
8th
Magdalene?
day, God created Cupid and his bare ass.
But like he's in like old like
Greek myths and
paintings
stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
got his ass hanging
Ancient
out.
Rome or something.
Still,
Mhm.
I don't
the
know,
Greeks
let's
never
see.
wear pants and stuff.
Origins
Cupid.
of Cupid. Oh,
No,
Bible.
no,
huh,
we don't know.
Book of
Bible?
Deuteronomy, I guess.
Yeah.
No, Cupid is the child of the goddess of love, Venus, in Greek mythology. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, dick's out for Cupid.
Bare ass is out for Cupid.
So I have an article here about the 10 best foods
Mm.
to use when you're in the bedroom. All right.
Ooh.
Can you name a few of them? What would be the couple off the top of your head you would think?
Chocolate.
Right.
Meatball sub. No.
Maybe
oysters.
maybe oyster.
They're supposed to be aphrodisiacs.
Yeah, oysters are
Yeah.
supposed to be aphrodisiacs, but this is
Um,
more like what is sexy.
Durian. That like super smelly fruit.
Hardy durian. You cook 5 hardy durians and you have a lot of energy for sex.
Oh wow. Anyone who gets that is not getting laid on Valentine's Day.
No. Nerd alert.
Like whipped
what's-
cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, whipped cream.
Champagne.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'll go through the list here. It's,
Okay.
Whipped cream was
Strawberries.
one.
Strawberries.
Milk was one.
Milk.
You mean like breast milk? Like
Just
suck it straight out of it?
condensed milk.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Condensed
God.
milk?
Hmm.
Just pour condensed milk on my penis.
I'm so confused. Yeah. I don't,
Oh,
how does that work?
I don't know. I love how it drips right off your fingers and down your lower lip. It looks like the most sexually charged attraction to food. That's what
That-
this person says.
No, hard pass on that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Honey.
All right.
Okay.
I could see it, but it's all like the
It's
very
Seems
sticky
sticky and
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so messy, yeah.
Chocolate syrup. We mentioned cake. So this guy, did you write this article, Jen?
Cookies, milk, cake, lemon.
Molten cheese.
I was going to say
What?
cheese, but not molten cheese. Not like, hey, let me scald your body with this like freshly melted cheese. You know what I mean? Like maybe some little cheese squares or something. Might be nice.
I would bet up in Wisconsin there's some couples rolling around in some molten pepper jack or something.
Butter.
I'd lube with butter.
Okay.
Just seems kind of strange. Yeah. Mango is on multiple lists, and this one just says mango pulp.
Okay.
The pulp?
Like you gotta.
How to use it. Just crush the mango pulp over your skin and let the pulp fall all over him.
What? That's
Then bury your
sexual?
lips, tongue, mouth, and face into his body like your life depended on indulging in this phenomena.
Creating some real pulp friction there.
Oh,
Nice.
hey.
Hey.
Ice cream? You can see that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do that.
And the last one is donuts.
Hell yeah!
Homer
Hell
Simpson wrote the
yeah.
list.
I could figure out how to do this.
Yeah,
you watch me fuck this donut.
No. You get yourself like a Long John, right? Like a bar donut, and you Lady and the Tramp that thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's the
No.
how to use it. This is from the website is
How to use it. Step 1, eat. Step
Cut
2,
a hole in the
put it
middle.
down.
popxo.com. It says slip that greasy little piece of sugar and sponge with lots of sprinkles onto his junk as far back as it goes. Now play it up a bit while you're giving him a blowjob. Switch between licking off the icing and sprinkles on the donut to sucking on the tip of the head. So it gets
What?
pretty.
Oh Jesus, Novak! Now I'm all hard and shit. So wait a minute. Yeah, that's. Does it say like how big the donut should be? 'Cause oh boy!
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a 20-pound donut. Huh? No wonder my dick doesn't fit through it.
I mean, yeah, for me, it's going to need to be like a donut hole, basically. And,
It says trust. He's going to want you every time he sees that donut.
I'm just a Pavlov response here. I see donuts and just immediately.
What a sexy blowjob
doesn't
for
seem
someone
appealing.
licking your cock and then
No.
noshing on an apple fritter.
Especially,
Right.
especially not a donut with sprinkles on it. Like, I
Right.
don't want the sprinkles
No.
clogging anything, potentially, let's
Stuck
say.
into my pubes or anything. Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I'd rather just make my own hole in a bear claw or something.
I'd rather just rather wrap molten cheese around my ball sack and then call it a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say most of those sexual devices would have me browning out my pants. I was pouring milk and butter and ice cream and cheese on women. That's what are you doing with butter? What are you buttering? Do I want to know?
Butter that ass. I don't know.
What aren't you buttering? All right, I'll look at the butter.
Yeah.
How to use it. Smear it, spread it, and then let your fingers and tongue enjoy the combination of his body and that butter.
Right,
Wow.
a lot more straightforward than I thought.
Nothing tastier to the tongue than greased up chest hair. I'll tell you that.
Grease up your husband and then cook him for 50 minutes at 325. Yeah, all strange. But those some good tips for our listeners there on Valentine's Day if you're stuck for something to do. Surprise your husband with the old donut me do.
If you're stuck for something to do, what should we do? I don't know. You got any cream cheese? You could smear it on your ass or something. I don't know.
If this butter bells are rocking, don't come a knocking.
I think as you get older, as we are, and have been long married,
Yeah.
it just seems like a pain to have to like clean this up.
Oh yeah.
afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. And like you're wasting like good food. Like I'd be like, get off me! I want the donut. You know, like why she get the donut? I don't understand. I like donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Novak's trying to figure out how to incorporate like a handy snack into the action. Just like,
Let's start with the ABC bar. This one's Trader Joe's ABC almond butter cocoa bar, flavored with other natural flavors. Chad, you got a story behind this one?
Yeah, my daughter picked him out at Trader Joe's because she thought she might like him, and she took one bite of one, spit it out, and then that left us with a bunch of extras. So here we go.
have you had one?
I haven't tried it yet, actually. Yeah, so it's just a chocolate
I wouldn't
little
call it that.
kind of like a granola bar kind of
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's the size
soft.
It's the size of like one of those, like a little smaller than like a Cliff Bar, like those smaller health bars.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. This thing tastes unique.
All right,
So,
so it's,
Geiger, you're
it's-
allergic.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is your throat closing yet? Is there much almond there?
There is a
Give me a
layer.
donut.
There's like filling inside, right, of the almond butter,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like a soft filling.
Do you guys eat almond butter on any foods? Do you substitute it for peanut butter at any point?
No.
Never in a million years. The only reason we ever bought almond butter was because it was really easy to use to test our kids for allergens when they were like babies or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know, like give them some almond butter. But other than that, like, I mean, unless you're allergic, like peanut butter is superior in every single way.
How about peanut butter in the bedroom?
I do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that's a lot more. It's tastier and easier to clean up, and
Yeah.
What's the other one people use? Is it just nut butter? Is that like sunflower seeds or something, or what? Isn't there another one that people use?
Yeah, it's cashew butter.
Cashew butter, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had any of that.
You can get like is there sunflower butter or something?
That's one I think of. Yeah, sunflower butter.
All right, Geiger. What do you think of this thing? Did sound like you liked it.
No, I think it tastes like shit.
Really?
I don't. Maybe it's just that mine's super hard. I don't know. I don't know if these are not fresh or something, but like.
No, I think that's how they're supposed to be.
Okay, it's super hard. It's really
Mine's
grainy.
not hard.
It's like chewy. It's stiffer than I would expect.
Yeah, it's the opposite of
hard. Mine's like, I don't know, half flaccid. I think I need more ice cream and butter. But I don't like the taste of the almond butter. Now, again, I've gotten out of the habit of eating almonds because they make my throat close up. So maybe it's just me. But I just don't like the taste at all. I don't know I can't articulate it much more than that. I think it's got a weird, overpowering, like super almondy taste, which I know it makes sense. It's an almond butter bar, but I don't like you said, Chad, it's a chocolate. I don't taste chocolate at all. It's like,
I mean, cocoa-y, right? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm trying to eat more just to see if I
get more allergic.
Could end my life. Yeah. No, but this bark is just like a weird consistency. It's like a stiffer granola bar kind of. I don't know. I hate this thing. This is bad.
Wow. I
really don't like it. Yeah.
Chad, what do you think?
It's not good. I'm not going to go that strong as Geiger. Like, I think the chocolate should be a little bit sweeter. I understand why it's not, right? But because it's not supposed to be a candy bar necessarily. But I would like it better if it was sweeter. It's very dry, even with the almond butter. Maybe they need a thicker layer of almond butter in there or something like that. The aftertaste is not amazing to me, but I'm not nearly as strong about this as Geiger. I could totally see why some people might like this. So to me, I'm just going to give it a dislike that.
I think Geiger was way off. I think the almond butter inside tastes pretty good. I think this would be much better if instead of chocolate or cocoa or whatever's on the outside, it was like more of like an oatmeal type of texture. Then I could really go for it. The aftertaste is a bit off-putting, but to me, it's just
you're really talking it up.
Right in the middle, but it's not bad though. I do think I think it's right in the middle. It's just kind of if I was really hungry, that's all there was. I would eat this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give this an indifferent to dat. So we'll spread out in the ratings here to start, but a very beatable score indeed.
You would eat it if Cupid shot the ABC arrow into your stomach.
Correct. In my stomach is where it goes.
Kind of forced to, yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Or I would, under two circumstances, either Cupid shoots the arrow in my stomach or Geiger eats a donut off my Johnson. Either way.
It's an odd stipulation. I'm pretty
Would
positive you have less a chance. Yeah.
What is your favorite donut?
My favorite donut would not go on a rod. It would be a vanilla Long John.
My favorite donut
would not
is
go
any
on a rod
on a
because
rod.
it is a rod.
Yeah. No, I love a Bavarian cream, like the cream filled, like the custard filled chocolate donut. It's really good.
I bet you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on fillings on donuts. I find them like distracting from the the flavor of the donut.
Are you big on filling a donut?
I find them distracting.
Just
But I'm with Novak. I like the Long John. Although actually, what I prefer is the version that's more like a twisty, like it looks like a braid.
Yeah.
And I like it better with the chocolate frosting.
Okay.
That's my fave.
It's fair. It's fair. Those are good donuts.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2, if I ever get a second one, it's always a double chocolate.
Hell yeah. Good choice.
See, and I don't love the cake donut, like the thicker one.
I agree. I
The
don't
double
usually.
chocolate is that
Yeah,
is
right.
usually like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of started to like, and it's a bummer I can't eat them anymore. I used to like those like apple fritter ones. Like those are kind of good for, but usually I stick to chocolate stuff.
All right, let's do the Little Secrets Creamy Nougat Bar. Little Secrets Creamy Nougat Salted Caramel. It says nougat with cocoa and dark chocolate.
And this
Rich
was
and smooth.
this was actually sent to us by my brother David a little while back. Finally getting around to trying them. Mine is stuck to the wrapper. The caramel has like leaked out everywhere.
Yeah, mine too.
I also have caramel everywhere. All right, this is candy bar, completely candy bar shaped, but just about half the size, and it really feels like I'm eating a Milky Way.
Yeah, it's a little more caramely.
It is very Milky Way nougat caramel, but with darker, like much darker chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's salted caramel. I guess it tastes a little. I can taste some of the saltiness.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of it, Chad?
The dark chocolate is what kills it for me here, I think, because these do feel like high quality ingredients, or at least like maybe slightly higher quality ingredients than your standard Milky Way. I think the caramel and nougat actually taste pretty good, but I just really don't like this chocolate. It's not too dark, honestly. Like it's not to the point of bitterness or whatever. But I feel like it detracts from it and makes it less sweet than I would want. So I just wish if there was a milk chocolate version of this thing, I could give it a strong like or maybe even a love. With the dark chocolate, I think I'm just going to stick to an indifferent to that.
And now it says 30% less sugar than the leading nougat bar.
Mm.
I don't know if that's because it is much smaller or the ingredients are different.
60% the size, but 30% the sugar somehow.
I think the chocolate tastes fine, and I think the saltiness is kind of right on. It's just not overpowering.
I agree with that.
And I think it's tasty. I ate the whole thing. It's very small, but I went through it quick. It's not something I would go out of my way to get, but I think it tastes good. I'm going to give it a strong like that. Okay.
Novak patting himself on the back for eating a 2-bite candy bar. Oh man, I got through the whole thing. It was great. No, I agree with you. It's good. It's a little too caramely for me. I would have liked, and then maybe it's just the
I wonder if
salt.
you've not finished more things, or I've finished more things. Like, which has happened?
I haven't been as finish heavy this year, in this past couple of years of the podcast. I would always eat everything the first couple of years.
Did you? How much of the ABC bar did you eat?
About half.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you ate more than me, and you gave it a hate dad. I only ate 2 bites.
I kept trying to eat it to make sure I wanted to make sure I wasn't being overly critical, but the more I ate it, the more I hated it. So, no, I think it's really good. I think the combination of the salt, the extra salt, maybe makes the caramel seem a little more prominent to me. So I would have liked a little more nougat in there, but I think it's a solid like that. It's good.
All right. 2 likes and indifferent, and pretty good score there for Little Secrets, but the Oreo Brookie-Os is still to come after the segment. Okay, guys, so it hasn't been that long since we've done the segment, but it is Valentine's Day. I am a hopeless romantic, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Yeah. And I just can't help.
You have no hope of ever having romance. I know this.
I cannot help but just love when people miss a connection, right? Which is why we're looking at the Craigslist Missed Connections, because it's Valentine's Day coming up here, and I want to see Cupid shoot some people with arrows. And so let's see if we can find a couple instances where
those
that might be
Craigslist branded arrows
Yes.
that often hit their mark, as we know.
Right into their guts.
So I've got seven real Craigslist. I wish I had made these up. They're too good to make up. From Craigslist, I've scoured from many different cities. And an example, we're not going to rate this one, but example is one that might sound like this. It says Philadelphia Marathon. I was at 23rd and Walnut cheering on runners, and we made eye contact. Right? He's stated the place he was, so this person might remember him. You were lagging a bit, but then picked it up. Hopefully I helped with that a bit. Hope you see this.
That's 90% of people in a marathon at any given spot. Like, they're lagging, and then they're like, oh, I gotta go, and they get a burst of energy, then start lagging again.
When you see someone and make eye contact with someone you don't know, and you run faster, that means you probably just gave him energy, right?
And they ran faster because they wanted to spend more time with you, which is why they ran away as quickly as possible.
All right, so your options for this is going to be romance or no chance. So give a yes or no to Cupid on these Craigslist Missed Connections. The first one's called Woman Hitchhiker. Right? I'm sure
Yep. Dear Penthouse.
You were walking down the street yesterday on 400 by Walmart in Michigan City about 9:30 a.m. I was in the black
Walmart.
Yeah. I was in the black truck. Tried to give you a ride. Had to turn around, but you got a ride. Do you need a ride again? All right, that's it. This guy's wondering.
So he tried to give her a ride. She said no and got in a different car instead.
Yeah. And now he wants to know if she needs another ride, right? He knows a little something about her. She's a hitchhiker who needs rides.
Constantly in need of a ride.
He's got a truck, a black truck, right? Great for being difficult to be seen by the cops.
Notoriously comfortable for giving rides.
Yeah.
So, Chad, what do you think? Is there some possibility of Cupid's arrow being shot here?
I mean, it is true that if she needs a ride, she probably has no car. He has a car. So, that's one piece of the puzzle fitting together.
Yeah. That's definitely a true fact.
She might be on the lookout for a man with a car. The problem is she already found one. And if she really gave a shit about this guy's pickup truck, she would have gone with him the first time. And instead she went with somebody else and probably hitchhiked right out of town. Like are most hitchhikers like transients or whatever? So I think there is no chance for this one.
Geiger?
Yeah, I'm not.
Geiger, are most hitchhikers transients from your experience?
Have you picked up a hitchhiker?
Yeah. No, I think we've talked about this before. Probably last week's.
Your wife on a first date was nearly a hitchhiker.
Oh yeah, she kind of looked like a hitchhiker, but yeah, I think hitchhiking is something that only exists in movies and TV shows. Like I've never actually seen someone hitchhike. Granted, this is maybe like before Uber and like that you needed to hitchhike because now you can just Uber things. But
I have never hitchhiked in my entire life or picked up a hitchhiker.
I've seen people with their thumb out on the road before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember that one time I hitchhiked, you just drove right by and flipped me off.
I'm just remembering I did have sort of a hitchhiker one time.
What?
So okay, so
look, I picked them up. They didn't want to be there. Put a bag over their head.
No. So what happened was, I was at the grocery store very, very late at night. This was maybe 8 or 10 years ago, something like that. And it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Coming out of the grocery store, there's like almost nobody around, and I'm loading the groceries in the trunk. And this dude is in the parking lot. And I had seen him in the parking lot when I went into the grocery store. I came back out and he like came up to me and he was like, "Hey, can I just get like a ride down the hill?" Because the grocery store is up at the top of the hill. So can I just get a ride down the hill? And like never ever any other night would I ever say yes. I have no idea why I said yes to this guy, but I was just like, well, where are you going? And he's like, oh, such and such intersection. And I'm like, well, that's kind of on the way to my house. So I was like, all right, fine, get in. So this guy gets in the car and like he will not shut up. You know what I mean? Like he's immediately starts talking about like all the shit going on in his life or whatever. I don't even remember what it was.
Donut on my cock. He will not stop.
If you can finish by the end of the hill, do I get paid extra? Or...
He's like, it's got sprinkles. And and to the point where like he was just annoying the shit out of me. So like we drove down the hill, and he like had originally wanted to go like another 6 blocks or something, but I just like pulled over and I was like, hey, I gotta like turn and go another way here, so you got to get out right here. And I like and he got out of the car. I like kicked him out of the car. He had to walk the rest of the way. Yeah, like there was no sprinkles left, so I said, get out of the car. I was like, I had no idea why I would pick up like a random, like that's an insane thing to do, especially at like 11 o'clock at night, in the middle of an empty parking lot.
Could he have kicked your ass? Was he a big guy?
I mean, was he an adult human? Yes, he could have kicked my ass.
So how long is this hill that he needed help? Wouldn't you? I can understand if it was the stores at the bottom of the hill, he had to go up.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's the hill. Is pretty easy.
Down a hill. You just tell him to just lay on his side.
Fucking barrel roll. Yeah. It's a pretty steep hill, to be fair, which makes it even easier to roll down, I guess. But yeah, he was in my car for like less than 5 minutes, to get down the hill or whatever. But I don't know.
No chance.
All right, the next one says, was it real or role play? I picked you up at the airport and was supposed to take you straight to your hotel. You said you were still wound up and starving. I suggested pizza, and you said you wanted to add a stop, and I agreed. You ran in to get it, and I promised I'd wait. Off to the hotel. You asked if I wanted to carry the pizza or your bag up to the room, and off we go. Pizza and mouth party makes a great tip. Then you kick me out. So he's upset he gets kicked out. And the last line, what will you do for Italian?
Like an Italian sub?
I'm guessing like Italian food, but maybe. Yeah. So I think she invited him up and blew him and gave him some pizza and then kicked him out. And he wants now he's like, all right, if you'll do that for pizza, what will you do if I take you to an Italian restaurant? Probably like butt stuff, right?
What do you think, Geiger? Why don't you start?
Will you let me slather spaghetti sauce all over your body?
Yeah. I mean, some romance has already sort of occurred. It sounds like. I mean, she hung out with him.
But is there a chance for future romance?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if you're the kind of person that blows a random Uber driver and gives him a slice of pizza and then kicks him out, you're probably not looking for a long-term relationship. So now maybe he was really good at throwing a mouth party. Maybe he throws an excellent mouth shindig, but I'm thinking no, there probably is no more chance for romance. I think she's had her fling with him and is on to Uber driver number 2 and 3.
Chad?
What do you think the toppings were on this pizza? Condensed milk? Right?
Yeah, probably.
I think at this point, this woman is she's had her pizza, she's had her mouth party, and she's not gonna want pizza is Italian food. She doesn't want any more Italian food. You got to offer her Mexican, Japanese, maybe like a nice burger. Something like that, if you want to entice any further action. So I think
what will you do for a Five Guys burger, huh?
What will you do for one McDonald's French fry?
Flick my left nad.
Next one's called bumper sticker. All right, you got to stick with me. This is a long one. Bumper sticker. I was driving south on Logan. This was a while ago, behind a car, I think it was black, with an I love aging and dying sticker on it. I need more.
What?
I need more people like you in my life. I don't know who you are, what you look like, your gender, or anything about you other than the sticker on your car. And I generally think bumper stickers are boring, but I'm pretty sure we could be friends. I've been thinking about that sticker for weeks and months now, and it still makes me smile.
For months. I've been thinking about that sticker as I age and die.
There were other stickers present, which I think supported my friendship theory, but I don't remember them. Send me a photo of your car so I know it's you, and we'll go from there. That is, if you want a friend. Maybe you have shitloads of friends already and are thinking, oh, not another friend. So don't worry if that's the case. I might be more aged and closer to dying than you, though. It can be for science or something. All right, then the last one says, seriously, though, I'll buy you a coffee, breakfast, or lunch. Bring a friend if you want. We're all fucked anyway, so the more the merrier. All right, so this person really likes this fucking bumper sticker.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
I just Googled it. This is apparently like a pretty, like this is like a common, there's a lot of these for sale. Like you can get them on Amazon and like lots of different.
Maybe it's Jeff Bezos.
Is it like a play off of something of I like and other two different words?
I like younging and living.
Right.
Maybe it's a play off that.
It.
Living, laughing, and loving.
It just says respect yourself and your elders one sticker at a time. Great for birthdays, retirements, or simply a nice old reminder that we're all dust in the end.
Yeah, that's a nice retirement gift.
Yeah. The old bag, you're almost dead.
There you go. Your next step is dying. Finished with working.
Get the fuck off the planet.
Yeah. All right, Chad. What's going to happen here? Are they going to get busy fucking or get busy dying?
Well, or get busy aging. The problem here is it was too long ago. You know what I mean? Like he said he'd been thinking about this bumper sticker for months.
Yeah.
Which get a fucking life, A, and B, what? So I think
Oh, man, Chad's aging right in front of us. Look at this.
Oh, Jesus, he's dying.
God, he's dying.
I think the person is not even gonna, remember, especially with this being like apparently a semi-common bumper sticker, although I've never seen it in the wild myself. So yeah. I'm really like, what is it that I love aging and dying? Like, that's the thing that really tickles your, like, that's just such a generic thing. And you think that's like the funniest thing ever, that anyone that has that would like, match your sense of humor.
Maybe it's so rare that two people really think this is funny. They might hit it off.
The only two people on the planet that think this bumper sticker is funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think there's any chance here.
Geiger, you look near death. What do you think?
Yeah, look, if this was me, if I identified myself, if I read this Craigslist ad and realized they were talking about me, I would call the authorities. Like, this person is thinking about this bumper
thinking
sticker
about my car
for months, for fucking months, and then has the gall to be like, yeah, but send pics for proof. Yeah, I don't want to be talking to someone else that owns this bumper sticker. Like, what the fuck? There wants to be best friends with someone who, first of all, let's be very clear, okay? There's not ever been a bumper sticker made that's funny. Like, like putting a bumper sticker on your car is fucking dumb. It's not funny. Mm-hmm. I don't care about baby on board or your kid beat up my honor student or all that Calvin pissing on a Chevy logo.
Stop the Steal's pretty funny.
Stop.
When you think about it.
Yeah. No, you're right. I take it back.
You don't care about baby on board?
I don't care about baby on board. I do like bikers that wear t-shirts that say on the back, if you can read this, the bitch fell off. Those are really funny. I'm kidding. I've seen lots of those up in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, I mean, I think Chad touched on my problem with this. In addition to this being borderline psychotic behavior, it's also like this person's sense of humor fucking sucks. Like, this is
So they don't deserve love?
They don't deserve a friend. They don't deserve a guy who has lots of friends, apparently. I also love that this guy thinks, like, you're probably just fucking rolling in social contacts. What with your vast array of bumper stickers. No chance. This is fucking, like, you should call a professional help, kind of.
If I was the person, too, I'd be, like, kind of offended that they didn't remember the other bumper stickers. You know, you spent a lot of time, like... putting those in random places, not at all organized usually, and sometimes overlapping with each other.
Yeah. Well, you guys might like this one. All right, I think, because so far we've not had much luck yet.
No.
Friendly guy at Crafties. Both of us middle-aged guys. Period. We were have friendly banter last Saturday afternoon at Crafties. You brought up the Keystone Pipeline. I had a little bit too much to drink.
The friendliest of banters.
I had a little too much to drink. I asked if you needed your pipeline drained. You smiled.
What a segue.
You smiled and said, possibly, and then you left. I saw you in the parking lot with your engine running. I didn't have the courage to walk over. Hope to see you again.
Wow.
Right. He didn't have the courage to walk over to his car, but I had no issue asking if he needed his pipeline drained.
This guy wants to spill more oil than the Exxon Valdez.
Okay, Geiger.
Yeah.
Keystone, I mean, it is a very... It's better than many of the segues I use on the podcast. The Keystone Pipeline. So what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's a very clever pickup line. I don't I wonder if every time this person tries to pick someone up, they just bring up the Keystone Pipeline, like completely out of context.
Yeah, I wonder who brought that up.
You're like in the checkout line. Hey, I like that coat. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, did you see about that Keystone Pipeline? No,
the conversation went like this. Hey, do you know the Keystone Pipeline? The what now? Hey, you want me to drain your pipeline?
You want me to what now? I want to blow you. Take off your pants.
Did you hear about the sex that we're full? I want to fucking blow you. Yeah, no, but there's a glimmer of hope here because the guy said yes, right? He was like, yeah.
He said possibly.
That's confusing.
You smiled and said possibly, and then left.
Maybe he was like,
if that's not a good sign, I don't know
what. Maybe check, please.
You said possibly as you backed slowly towards the door.
But then wouldn't you peel out? You wouldn't just sit in your car revving the engine seductively, right?
Revving it.
Oh, riggedy pipeline. Yeah, this guy wants to get drained out. I think this guy wants to get tongued up.
All right, romance.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, Chad, you agree? They're having nice friendly banter.
Yeah,
that is true. Nothing is friendlier than pipeline talk. Actually, and this addresses like a lot of the problems that I have with these sometimes is the such like lack of specifics. Like it'll be like, I saw you in the checkout and we talked about the rain. You know what I mean? Like every fucking person is talking about the rain. So like there's no specific things there. But like how many people are talking about the Keystone Pipeline? Right? Like these two.
These guys weren't either, apparently.
The workers on the pipeline. You know what I mean? Like that's the list. So like you can probably, narrow down like, oh yeah, that was me. I think there's a pretty good chance here.
Oh, that's good. Making a connection here. All right, 3 more. This one's called lamb tagine. Have you ever had lamb tagine?
I have.
No.
Well, then you're going to like this.
It's delicious.
We were in a small natural food store nearest to Tompkins Square Park, and I asked you what you had in that jar. And you said...
The Keystone Pipeline.
Did he use that accent when he did it? What's in that jar?
And you
I've
said,
been on the sea for many a year. What do you keep it in that jar?
It was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
you said for lamb tagine. I love the way you said that. You were making lamb tagine, honoring it as a very special and exciting thing. It was so brief, but something about you and hearing your voice made my heart go whoa. I have no idea what I said after that, haha, but I was buying something that maybe you remember. I hope the meal turned out great. You inspired me. All right, so just
What'd they buy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Whatever the fuck you put on lamb tagine that goes in a jar. I don't know.
No, what did he buy?
He says maybe you remember. I think that's to like clarify that it was the right person.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought he bought something memorable. Like he was like, "Oh, you're getting lamb tagine. I'm getting, and then he like got a dildo off the wall."
Right.
Yep, the old grocery store that sells dildos on the wall.
It's an impulse buy in the checkout aisle,
I bought a dildo, you bought a lamb's vagine.
You may remember me. I had a sex toy at the grocery store.
They asked me to leave. I had something that made the security guard's heart go, whoa.
So this guy just says lamb tagine, and then there's an immediate fucking erection.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, to be fair, it's pretty good. So,
so Chad, what do you think?
I mean, we just talked about, like foods that, like erotic foods and stuff like that. Maybe this person would be really into, pouring a hot hot, steamy, soupy lamb tagine all over their body before sex, and
lamb plopping down,
just cuddling with their third-degree burns after and stuff. So that could be something that really gets them going. So I'm going to say romance here.
So many of these ads are things like I saw you in the grocery store and bumped into you. You said, "Excuse me," and it's like, and then it's just like some fucking perv who's like, "You said excuse me," and I got hard as shit. Like, what's your number? I know you want me.
Some dude who's like so hard but has no idea how to acquire a mate. Just like, we were both looking at the grapes, and I'm like, man, she must be into me.
Right.
So
what's in the jar?
You might have noticed the parrot on my shoulder. I tried to give you my number, but I have a hook for a hand. What is lamb tagine, Chad?
It's like a
stew?
Yeah, exactly, right. Like
Okay.
in like a clay pot kind of thing.
Is that going to change how you your decision here?
No, it just sounded good. Lamb tagine, man. Look, I think he probably. It's at least this guy just sounds innocent enough. Like he was talking to her, and she just sounded like attractive to him, and was breathing and like around him. And lamb tagine is something maybe memorable, right? Like that he hasn't heard anyone making before. I guess I don't even understand how people talk to strangers at a grocery store. Like, I don't want to make eye contact with anybody.
In a pirate voice.
Arr, lamb tagine. I haven't seen that since the East Indies.
They're using it in the bed. She just draws a big X on her stomach, and he's like, "Arr, X marks the spot."
That covers him with stew. Little lamb chop dropping on his face.
Arr, I've got my grocery store sex toy here. Let's use it. Arr.
They've got a ball gig in aisle 5. No, Chad. I don't know. I think it's innocent enough, and I don't think she'd be like, or he or she would be offended if like they saw it or anything. I just think this guy's blowing this. I'm assuming it's a guy. Blowing this interaction out of proportion, probably. So
for sure.
Chance,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you tell me where I can find the anal beads, please?
They call me Brownbeard's ghost, if you know what I mean.
Yar, you said excuse me, and I went home and fucked the plank. Yar.
I'm looking for the black pearl necklace.
All right, 2 more. Next one says, anyone missing a soft one?
Well, we're about to find out.
Hello there. I'm an easygoing man that has ED and would enjoy having someone take care of me. That's not it. It would be great to also get my feet worshipped. I'm an adventurous kind of guy, so let's talk and see what could work! Exclamation mark. All right. That's it. So when he's talking about a soft one, he literally means come and wank my flaccid Johnson.
Yeah. Right. And I like you're like when you first said the title, I'm like, oh, what kind of dumb innuendo is it? But the first line is like, no, look, I can't get hard. I just fucking can't get hard. Come play with my sloppy, flaccid dog. So I guess I don't understand how he gets off if it doesn't get hard, but maybe I'll find out someday when I'm 80. I don't know. But props to that fucking guy. Now, the feet worship, okay, we're maybe asking a little bit too much here, kiddo. Like, you come play with
Beggars
my
can't be
unappealing.
choosers.
Yeah.
If they're still hanging on after the first sentence, then you gotta work with whoever's left, right?
If you're down to pleading with Craigslist train, not even someone they saw on the street, like a misconnection, literally just putting an open cattle call out to play with your flaccid dick. Don't be asking for second favors. But yes, I do think there's probably someone out there that would be, willing to take him up on this, maybe for some compensation or something, or maybe just for the story. But I think there's plenty of people out there that have done weirder shit. So yeah, I think maybe there's a slight chance for quote unquote romance.
What do you think, Chad?
Well, on the bright side, this guy can say excuse me to everyone he wants and like never have to worry about the repercussions of that. So it's going to stay soft. I don't know. Like they make meds for this nowadays, right? Like you could just get a prescription from your local doctor and this problem kind of goes away. So I don't think there's any chance because I think any prospective partners would just be like, this is a solvable problem here.
What's in the jar? Is it Cialis?
Oh, look at me plank.
If you have an erection for more than 3 hours, call the doctor. Whatever.
All right, the last one.
Pirate guys advertising cock meds now for some reason.
The last one. You spit on me by accident and I like it. All right. It says, I was warming up, lying down on the floor. You're like standing up on top of me and talking to me. So I don't know where the fuck they are.
What?
Maybe a gym or something. And he's stretching and the person's like above him talking, but he's warming up, lying down on the floor. And you are standing up on top of me and talking to me. As you speak, I felt the drizzle landed on my face. You also winked at me. Are you being flirtatious?
Wow.
Somebody went to Craigslist and typed this in.
I felt the drizzle. Good Lord. What a way to describe that.
Is this what like flirting and dating is now? Just spitting in someone's face and then being like, oink, oink?
Yeah, they're
You
warming
like
up at the
that?
gym. You hover over them and just drool onto their face.
Spit in their mouth and then go read Craigslist to see if they picked up on your innuendo.
Oh, all right. So, Chad, what do you think? Yar or no?
Oh boy. So the person likes getting spit on? Is that what we've established?
Sure seems that way.
This actually is kind of stomach turning in a way. You know, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I think spitting on another person's kind of gross to me.
I'm over here sitting here like I just said excuse me to someone.
But
It's
again,
more drizzle than spit, though.
That's true. That's true. I do love a good drizzle. And you know, this couple, they don't need any food in the bedroom, right? You can just like spit and drizzle all over them with your own saliva. You don't need to be drizzling anything else. So that's probably good.
Yeah.
But honestly, like whatever results out of this, I don't think I would consider that to be romance at all. The end result of this encounter. So I am going to say no chance.
Oh, you don't find that romantic? Geiger?
I think there's a chance to romance, and here's why. Okay. This guy, the guy or woman or whoever that was standing above the other person, this is like the all-time 1 in a million chance of this actually working is when you stand over them, drizzle all over their face, and then wink at them, and they're
drizzle all over their face. That's what you call when you spit on someone.
just gleeking all over their face, and they're into it. What's the fucking odds? How many times did this person have to face sprinkle everybody until finally one of them was like, "I'm into it." Now,
she finally found the Gleek freak.
The Gleek. Yeah. The chances of not only that working, but then also you finding them on Craigslist is probably not as high. But I don't know, if you wink and it turns out they're into it, the fuck, like, yeah, you could come over. You could just put on a fucking poncho and he could just fucking just drench you in spit. It's disgusting, but I'm not the one in the scenario. So
yeah, it's like an ocean mist.
You're such a salty dog. Sea nipping at my face and in my mouth, all over my comforter.
You're the best spitter I've seen since Moby Dick's blowhole. Yar.
Now where's me flashlight?
Oh, shove this vibrator up me ass. But anyway, spit on my face again. There was really no innuendo there. I was just being a disgusting pirate. Yeah, just fucking pirate yelling sex talk. Fuck me in the ass. Yeah, no, romance all the way. I think there could be some romance here because they both seemed into it.
Yeah, the yar stuff.
Yar,
massage me prostate.
Yar, gleek on my left ball sack. Yar,
stick your finger there. Find Davy Jones's locker. Yar.
All right, let's eat some Oreos. We got some Oreos to eat. These are the Oreo Brookie-Os. Now, Chad, you have the package for them, I assume.
I did. I threw it away.
Did you remember anything specific from the package?
Well, do you guys know what a Brookie-O is?
I know what a Brookie is.
It's a brownie and a cookie, right?
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. Half brownie, half chocolate chip cookie. So these ones, they're like multi-layered Oreos. So like one layer is supposed to be like chocolate chip cookie dough kind of thing. And then there's actually 3 layers in here if you open it up. There's like a cookie dough, tannish kind of layer, a regular cream layer, and then a chocolate brownie layer.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
This is like Frank and Oreo's monster.
Yeah, it's wild.
I made that to you so you didn't have to tell me it was the monster, Chad.
No, actually, in this case, it is Dr. Frank and Oreo, so you're wrong again. But the weird thing is that on the package, I do remember it said they're back. And like, I'm not saying Oreo's lying here, but like, I feel like I would have remembered the first time there was this monstrosity of an Oreo. But yeah, anyways, I'd never had them before.
There's a lot of cream in here, and it's hard to decipher the flavors.
Yar, that's what she said.
It's like more than double stuff. It's like a mega stuff. Oreo almost, I feel like.
I got to try opening them up.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure any of the cream flavors actually taste any different from each other.
Did you create a double, Chad?
Mm.
Come on now.
No, I need to do that.
Okay.
Look at the size of this bad boy.
Whoa.
Oh, God, that looks disgusting.
A little drizzle just came out of my mouth looking at that. I can't say I would know this was Brookie flavored if I didn't see a package that said Brookie on it. That said, they haven't fucked with the cream flavor too much. Right? It doesn't taste too far off from a regular Oreo. Just maybe a little bit chocolatier in there, but overall, it still tastes pretty good. I would put this up towards the top of the Oreo list because so many of the Oreo flavors that they try to do really suck. So this one, they have smartly not overdone it, and I think it tastes not bad. So I'm going to give it a like that. I think it's tasty. We'll have no problem finishing off this bag. Geiger.
Yeah, I'm with you. The taste is confusing. I guess I've never had a Brookie, so I guess I don't know what it tastes like what a brownie cookie really tastes like.
I made it before, and it was like I would have rather just had brownies or chocolate chip cookies. You know what I mean? Like,
isn't it just like a fudgy cookie, basically?
I mean, I guess, yeah, yeah, right. But like, I would have rather had each one individually. You know what I mean? Like, the combination was too much.
Yeah. When I opened it up, I actually didn't like it as much as when I just eat it as a cookie. The problem is that they have there's little bits in the cream, right? On purpose, I think. Or am I just making that up in my head?
There are,
sure.
they have little,
okay,
like black bits in the cookie dough part, but I don't know if that's coloring or there's actually any discernible. They're so small.
I think they're little chunks of cookie because it's supposed to be cookie dough or like chocolate chip or something, but you can't tell when you eat the cookie because it just smashes in with the cookie bits. And the cream itself, the one thing I always find weird is like the almost every Oreo flavor that is not the original has a different cream. It's like that oilier, slicker cream than like the stiff paste kind of the regular. That made that sound gross, but you know what I mean? The regular Oreo
Yeah, the
cream.
consistency is a little bit different on almost every custom Oreo flavor.
I think the cream's a little too sweet. And it's not discernible. It just tastes sugary. I don't really taste like chocolatiness or browniness or whatever. I don't think it's bad at all. I don't mean to, but I would kind of put this as like an average Oreo. Probably would never get. I would say this is kind of indifferent. It's fine. It's an Oreo. It's still an Oreo, but the cream is just like, I don't like that oilier cream, and I think it's just like generically sweet. I don't taste any difference of the flavor.
All right. So here's where we stand. The Little Secrets Nougat Bar had a couple of likes and an indifferent. Right now we've got one like and one indifferent. So if Chad likes this Oreo, we're going to have a tie. If he loves it, it's going to win. If he doesn't feel so positively about it, then the Nougat Bar will take the day. What's it going to be, Chad?
Well, I agree with Geiger that it is a little too sweet, but honestly, it's not as sweet as I was expecting. You know, if you guys remember a lot of those other Oreo flavors that we've tried in the past, like, you know, red velvet or even the regular cookie dough one, they're just like so overwhelmingly sweet that it's just this complete sugar bomb, and it ends up tasting disgusting. And especially with the amount of cream in this thing, I am surprised that it's not sweeter than it is. I think it's because they included some of that regular white cream in there, and maybe they toned down the sugar levels just because there was so much of the cream in it. I do wish that there was a discernible flavor. Like, honestly, other than the consistency of the cream, if you handed me this and like a most stuff Oreo or mega stuff, whatever the three stuff is, I think it's mega stuff. If you handed me those in a blind taste test, I probably might not be able to tell you which was which. You know what I mean? Like it's just sort of a generic sweet flavor. Having said that, it's a flavor that I like. The classic Oreo cookie, the cookie part is still there and good. Making the custom double stuff was a huge mistake. That was way too much cream, and my tongue is burning from the sugar right now. But that's okay. It's part of the job. So these are going to squeak into a low level like that for me. Again, I don't think I would ever buy them again. You'd just rather buy a double stuff Oreo. I feel like they're just a marketing gimmick. I guess most of these ones are, but like this one in particular feels egregious in that sense. But it is still a low level like that for me. So we have a tie. So Novak, which do you prefer between the Oreo and the Secret, since you gave both a like that?
I was just thinking that because I knew I would, if I had to go back and just eat one tomorrow, I might go with the Nougat Bar. Just because there's also other versions of similar candy bar, but like you said, there's nothing. I have to downgrade the Oreo slightly for just not delivering on the flavor accuracy.
For sure.
So I think by the hair of its chin, we're going to give it to the Nougat Bar for the win, but close race and a couple of decent snacks today. Nothing overwhelmingly great, but a couple good ones. Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you've ever had a successful misconnection, we would love to know how that worked. And if you're still having problems with your erectile dysfunction, or if how the Lamtagine was and all that. If you have different foodstuffs you like to use in the bed, or you'd like to have us use in the podcast, not sexually, just to eat, let us know what they are. Ask a question for the mailbag. Let us know what your ratings are for the things we eat, things like that. You can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We are on Facebook with the You Tried Dat group. We're on Twitter, #YouTriedThat. We're also on Instagram and YouTube. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, all that good stuff. For those of you that still listen every week, we really, really appreciate it. For those of you who only listen occasionally, we just really appreciate it. And if you have any friends or family that you would like to expose us to, we're sorry for that, but we'd be happy for you to do so. So again, thanks for listening, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Which of these snacks would you want to rub all over my body? Which one?
Yar.
The only one you could really, if you had to use one of these, you'd have to probably use the Oreo.
Yeah.
Scrape the cream onto me.
Put one on each nip.
I was just thinking about the nips. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, nips works. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm down for nips.
Yeah, this almond bar would just make me start coughing, and it also tastes like shit. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to incorporate that in any sort of sex play.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think the Keystone Pipeline goes? Had you heard of it before?
It's Alaska, right?
It's connected to the Vas deferens? No?
Oh. Didn't I get my Keystone Pipeline cut a few weeks ago? Isn't that what happened?
It apparently runs mostly through the U.S. into Canada, but then through Montana, Nebraska, South Dakota, that middle of the country. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe this guy give us some
It's
info.
A big deal.
It's the Vas deferens of all four presidents on Mount Rushmore. Through South Dakota there.
Yes. That's where their balls are, right around Missouri. I think this guy might have just been talking about current events. I don't know why we just assume he's being disgusting. He wanted to continue his political aspect of his Keystone Pipeline conversation on
Is it a current event? Hasn't this thing been around for a while?
Am I thinking of the wrong pipeline? Wasn't there a big protest around the...
Ooh, boy, we're going to show our ignorance here in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, let's just say...
Yar, suck my dick, huh?
Everyone just agreeing. Yar.
Yar, nar.
I mean, if it's oil-related, it's probably bad, so we can just leave it at that and say It probably shouldn't exist.
It should be
How about
drained. I think we can
Yeah.
all agree.
We should drain it.
Time
Drain
to
it
rev
all
my
over
car.
my body.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this time. We'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.
In English, however, it is usually pronounced as tagine, or in Arabic, tagine.